Hi, this is Loredana Nicolae from NNC Services. Last week, in our webinar dedicated to how to grow your B2B pipeline in times of difficulty, we had a very interesting question in terms of how should I still sell? Because my point during the webinar was that you have to push sales much more than usual as your KPIs are actually decreased tenfold. So basically, if before you needed 10 calls to get to a qualified lead, now you'll need 100 and so on. And the question was, well, being empathetic to everyone and considering the current crisis and situation and how sensible people are, how can I still go after my sales interactions? I named during the webinar something that I just received back then from HubSpot. For example, there's this layer model that HubSpot promotes in terms of sales, which is very current to the situation of nowadays. Basically, you have to listen to what the customer says. You have to acknowledge their challenges. So basically, be empathetic. Try to understand the real problem and so on. You have to explore their current pains, and then you have to respond. Okay, their model, the HubSpot model, is actually based on a much more known framework, which is listen to the customer challenge, acknowledge and be empathetic with their situation, clarify um, their challenges, if you understood correctly, by asking more questions, by exploring their challenges, then this feedback with your understanding back to them, the message or the challenge. It's like reframing, if you want, of their challenge, and then get them to a trial or a demo or a close, and so on. Because there are mainly four types, in any situation, there are mainly four types of issues or things that a customer are raising, like price, quality, trust, and stalling, the basic sale, and you will see more and more stalling. I thought that it may be a good time to point to the Challenger sale, which is a great book written based on the Gartner study of 6,000 salespeople to understand where the best performance is. So basically, the high performance in normal times is with the Challenger sale. I would argue, based on the review that I've done of the Gartner study, that nowadays the relationship builder has more opportunity to actually get to qualified leads and to sales, just because they are the more empathetic type, the type that helps and the type that supports with challenging times. And I believe that the core performance matters more right now. I am also going to quote here the fact that, for example, Harvard Business Review mentioned that this is the end of the solution sales. So basically, what you know from Microsoft solution sales, the new study from Gartner, which is actually not very new, that the study is out for quite a while, but they're still monitoring and refreshing the data, means that there are a few profiles and each profile replies differently. And another very interesting thing which you may want to take a look at is basically the B2B buyer journey. So based on the study, Gartner identified what is the B2B buyer journey, especially for all of you tech providers up there. This is gold. This is your bread and butter. So what you want to look at is how a customer identifies problem, how they explore the solution, how do they build their requirements, and how do they select their supplier. You will notice that in the first phases with the problem identification, a lot of importance is actually given to independent online research through the web, to executive presentation taking from salespeople, sales calls, meetings, and so on. And then to, for example, here is very interesting between problem identification and solution, downloading white papers, downloading content, being exposed to digital content quite a bit. You can definitely explore this on the Gartner website, but moreover, you can also join us for our webinar this first day. This first day, we have a great webinar in terms of how you can handle digital communication during crisis. We will tackle all of this amazing content opportunities and digital communication channels that you have with the current situation and people being locked down. There's still a lot of business going on. There's still a way to reach your customer. So please join us for this webinar. This is the third in our webinar series, and please subscribe to all our support groups so that we can help you develop your business further. If you have questions, or if you'd like me to address some specific points or challenges that you have, please leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to help each one of you, and I look forward to meeting you in our webinar on Thursday. Thank you. Bye.